You know how some girls jokingly say they want to marry two men and dress in anko? I went to visit my girlfriend at her all-girls hostel and they were having issues with their light. I went to her apartment. When I knocked, a guy answered and asked who I was. The craziest part of that day was when she denied even knowing me, saying she had never seen me in her life. She was abusive. It started with slaps whenever we argued, but soon she was using canes, belts, slippers, sticks. I never thought I could be so foolish over a woman. Meanwhile, my dad is now in the UK with my other siblings. I ended up losing 2 fingers because of the damage. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Ibrahim Qamar. You are absolutely welcome to a fresh new episode of my videos. I'm so excited because this is another sit down video and it's been a while since I did a sit down video, and today's video is going to be so interesting guys because I don't want to get into it yet, but then I'm so excited. So welcome once again to my channel. If you are new here, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Check out my previous videos. I have very interesting videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video of today. Today's video is actually very interesting. I'm going to be reacting to some crazy love experiences people have had. I got this on Instagram and I would be reading them out. I mean, I know that a lot of us have done so many funny things all in the name of love. This episode should have come out during the Valentine's period, but unfortunately I was not able to film and do all that before Valentine's. So here we are. So basically I would be reading out from my phone and I would be giving my reactions to each stories. Of course, it's going to be like anonymous. Without further ado, let's get into this video. The first story I have here is I went to visit my girlfriend at her all-girls hostel and they were having issues with their light. I had zero experience with anything electrical. I was just an art student. But there was a spark and the lights went out. The wire started to smell and melt and everyone came out. Panicked, I was the only guy there, so one of the girls asked me to help. I wanted to say no, but I felt too shy and I didn't want to seem weak in front of the love of my life. Wishy. I also didn't want her friends to mock me for having a useless boyfriend. They handed me a ladder, so I climbed it even though I had no idea what I was doing. The last thing I remember from that day was touching a wire. I got electrocuted and fell off the ladder. I ended up losing 2 fingers because of the damage. You know, the thing I would just say to this is, because I really don't have much expression to this, I feel like we did this because of love and there are so many people who have done so many funny things all in the name of love. I just hope that you ended up with that lady. That's the only thing I'm hoping, because listen child, I don't want to imagine you being with another lady after going through this. I just hope that you ended up with that lady. So I mean, you did that all in the name of love, which is, it is well. That's what I would say. My ex-girlfriend was every man's dream girl, except that she doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself when angry. She was abusive. She would say she wouldn't forgive me unless she hits me. Wow. It started with slaps whenever we argued, but soon she was using canes, belts, slippers, sticks, anything she could find. I never once hit her back because I loved her with all my heart and couldn't hurt her. We dated for 5 long years and I always seemed to have 1 or 2 bruises here and there. Even my friends were worried, but I would brush it off, telling them it was nothing. Throughout all of this, I still saw her as an angel. That's where me and you have problem. I still saw her as an angel until one midnight when she tied me up while I was sleeping and beat me mercilessly with my own belt. Her reason? She dreamed I cheated.
Sorry for the laugh.
That was the last straw that convinced me that she was a mad girl, so I finally left her. But thank God for your life, because I mean, I don't want to say that you are silly, but you know, I understand that some people, they might be gaslit into abusive relationships and they probably don't know how to leave. So I mean, I don't want to say I understand you, but yeah, I'm so glad that you left, and I'm so glad that you're the one writing this story and it's not another person writing this story on your behalf. So please, if you're in an abusive relationship, be it a guy or a girl, please leave while you're still alive. They will not change, by the way. So the next story, I met a beautiful woman and it was love at first sight. I got to know her better. My feelings increased. However, she seemed awkward when she saw a picture of my dad, but never explained why. Eventually, she revealed that she had dated my dad while he was in the UK and slept with him when he came home last year.
Excuse me?
I was shocked, but I kept quiet. For weeks, I gave my dad the cold shoulder. One day, out of anger, I showed him her picture and asked if he was really pursuing young women after my mom's death. He didn't deny it. Out of anger, I told him to forget he had a son and I won't be going to the UK with him any longer. I moved out and rented my own apartment but continued dating her. Over time, I discovered she was just a runs girl for wealthy men. Meanwhile, my dad is now in the UK with my other siblings. You know what? I feel like when they say that someone who is not family yet, prioritizing them over your family is kind of like weird in my opinion. She's not your wife yet, she's not even like your girlfriend yet, she's just someone that you supposedly want to get into a relationship with, and you found out that she had once had something with your dad, and it's not like she dated your dad to be like the next stepmother or the wife to your dad after your mom's passing, and you think that she was the one you needed to go with and not your dad. I feel like that's like a little bit foolish. And at the end of the day, you said you weren't going to go with your dad to the UK. Your dad is in the UK with your other siblings, and realizing that she was a wrong girl. First of all, or second of all, someone who has had something with your dad and you found out, I don't even think you're supposed to be dating that person to start with, because like I feel like that's enough reason to call up the relationship. Someone who has slept with your dad before, I feel like that's enough reason to call up that relationship and not proceed with it, if at all you've not even gotten to the stage of you sleeping with her also. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, you got what you deserve. Anyway, in 200 level, I confronted my school HOD over my then girlfriend. I loved her deeply. She was a beautiful girl and he kept harassing her for sex. She would tell me everything and then showed me his messages. One day I couldn't take it anymore. I stormed into his office, insulted him, warned him, and even threatened him. My HOD just sat there laughing until I left. The following semester, F's were just smiling at me in my results. I went from being a solid 2-1 student to barely scraping by with a 3rd class. I had too many carryovers and was eventually asked to leave. I had to start all over at a new school after sitting at home for 2 years. Damn! I'm not going to say too much about this, but like I said in the first story that I read is, I really hope that you ended up with that girl, because if you didn't end up with that girl, that's the way I have problem with you. Because you did this for your girl, which was amazing. I mean, for finding a lecturer who was allegedly molesting your girl, it was amazing. But I just hope that you ended up with that girl. And also, you see all these lecturers or Nigerian lecturers, I don't want to say Nigerian lecturers, or teachers or people who sexually harass other people, sex for grades and all of those things. It is a bottom barrel behavior, it is a ghetto behavior, and I think that there should be like a proper justice system to bring them to book, because that is ridiculous and that's ghetto. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. The next story here is, you know how some girls jokingly say they want to marry 2 men and dress in anko? Well, my ex-girlfriend actually did that with me and another guy. I never thought I could be so foolish over a woman. She was openly dating both of us and we both knew about each other. True, you're foolish. She's a dedicated feminist with plenty money, so she was just promoting her polyamorous beliefs. I loved her deeply and even tried to change her views about men. Meanwhile, the other guy was getting financial benefits from her, while I told her not to worry but tried so hard to change her mindset and make her mine. Whenever she sent me clothes for an event, she would send the same to the other guy. We would both show up as her partners in matching outfits and she would snap us together and post online. Guys. The other guy went along with it for the benefits, but I did it out of love. Shameful. Now she's dating a woman and shows off her too. First of all, like you said, you're very foolish. I feel like you're very foolish. This actually takes you not loving yourself enough to be in a relationship where like you are sharing a woman between another guy. I feel like that's ridiculous. You have to love yourself enough to understand that you're not supposed to be in this kind of relationship. She's not the only girl you can love in this life. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I feel like that's very ridiculous and foolish. And of course, you now knowing again and still going along with it, you need help. God will deliver you, by the way. Another story, every time we had issues, she would ask for a break or even a breakup. She made me believe that during these breaks, she was free to do whatever she wanted. We went on break every month. She would go out, take pictures, and maybe sleep with multiple men. This went on for so long that I started to accept it as a normal stuff. We dated for 2 years, and I always welcomed her back with open arms. He welcomed her with open arms whenever she left. One day, I decided to surprise her during one of our breaks. I bought several gifts and an I'm sorry cake and went to her apartment. When I knocked, a guy answered and asked who I was. I wanted to leave right away, but I didn't want her to miss out on the gift I had bought. I pushed past him to enter and a fight broke out.
Olórí burúkú ni gbogbo yín. Olórí burúkú.
The craziest part of that day was when she denied even knowing me, saying she had never seen me in her life. I lost 2 teeth that day because of her. Another reason to say that some guys are very foolish, because you know someone is cheating on you and she would say she would go on a break and sleep with multiple men and you still take her back every time. This went because you said it's like it went on for so long. Another thing, you went to our apartment, you met another guy opened the door, you probably met them in an abnormal condition and you still push past the guy to go in with that gift. Who is supposed to go in with that gift? You still wanted to be the good guy. I mean, you need help, honestly, and that was so foolish. I feel like a lot of you guys need to love yourself enough to know how to love other people or how other people should love you. If you love yourself enough, you know how you're supposed to be loved by other people and how to be loved right, if that makes any sense. So I have the last story here and I will end this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Leave a comment under this video, what you think about each story and all of that. So the last story here, I knew she was married when we started dating.
And
I tried hard to resist her because I did not want any trouble with her husband, who is a police officer. But I couldn't stay away. She was my everything, except she belonged to someone else. Someone that is for someone else is your everything.
you are a bad boy.
I begged her to leave him and be with me, but she always had some reason not to and she was scared. I couldn't even date other women because she had my whole heart. Then one day, her husband caught us in a hotel and I got the beating of my life. Afterward, he planted drugs in my pocket and dragged me to a station. I was illegally detained in their cell for 12 good months with severe daily punishment.
Yup.
I feel like you got what you deserve, to be honest. You got what you deserve, because why would you be going after a married woman? You know this person is a married woman. Even if that person wants to cover you, are you supposed to cover yourself? You now also know that this person's husband is a policeman and you still went ahead with it. So I feel like you got what you deserve, to be honest. You got what you deserve, because some of you, if you don't suffer in life, you don't have sense. But yeah, it is what it is. I hope that you guys, because these stories are very funny to me, and it just goes back to the fact that a lot of you are not really loved. But yeah, I just hope that you love yourself enough to know how other people should love you and how you should be loved. Please get into good love and not these silly loves. These are not love. This is just you being crazy or you being foolish, to be honest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want a part 2, let me know so I can share more stories with you. And yeah, till I come your way some other time. I love you guys so much and goodbye.